I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, let's try this again. So, welcome to another week. Although, remember, the work week is a fiction. Monday, doubly so. You can get rid of them if you really want to. This is Social Justice Alchemy. And no Jonathan this week. He is off doing the capitalism thing, working hard at Emerald City Comic Con, I think it is.
Come on, have you seen the pictures on Facebook? He's not working hard. He's having the time of his life. And he's getting paid for it.
Well, that's the best kind of work, isn't it?
Yeah. All right, but as you can hear, we're joined by Julie and by new friend, well, new to the show, old to us. Well, old. I didn't mean that as an insult,
Just
Tom.
old.
He is old, and he is okay with it.
That would be Tom.
Say hi, Tom.
Hi, Tom.
He did the thing.
Yeah,
I did the bit. I always do the bit when you tell me to do the bit.
All right, we have plenty of things we can talk about this week.
Oh, yeah.
And the first one is quite unpleasant.
New Zealand, I think.
Yes. The shooting in New Zealand where dozens of worshippers were murdered
Terror
during
attack.
services.
Only Americans call that a shooting. Everywhere else in the world, we call that a terror attack.
Yes. Dozens of people murdered during worship services at a pair of mosques, I believe, in Christchurch, New Zealand.
That's every time I read details about it, and every time it fucks me up more.
Yeah, it's...
Have you seen the article about the first guy who saw the shooter? The mosque. He welcomed him into the mosque.
Oh, God.
He told him, "Welcome, brother," and he was shot dead. Every time I read details about it, it fucks me up.
Yeah, I've kind of avoided the nitty-gritty details of it for that reason.
Yeah, kind of the same here. It is pretty goddamn awful all around.
Yeah, there's not a lot to say about it, except about the circumstances, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we know what the cause of the problem is, and we know the solutions. It's, I think, a matter of being willing to implement them, and some people really just aren't.
What do you mean? Guillotine for Nazi?
Pretty much.
Yay!
Yeah, get rid of the Nazis, get the fascists out of power, and limit access to guns, and stop encouraging, spreading, and rewarding hatred.
Well, limit access to guns. There are gun laws in New Zealand. It's not the US. They're not used to that level of...
Yeah, this was strange.
violence.
It was also an Australian emigre or some shit.
Yeah, of course it was. I mean, New Zealand, of all places, it's one of the most progressive Western countries where they are super welcoming to immigrants, and mentality is, I don't know, they have made a lot of progress regarding whiteness and stuff, you know?
That was what surprised me, that it was New Zealand of all places. You know, I could see many other places, but not New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was not a New Zealander, so...
Yeah.
And maybe that was the point to go so
might have been, yeah.
There.
Yeah, well, the guy apparently was pretty opaque about his reasons, and was kind of even playful about it. The manifesto, which
Oh,
is
come on. You don't
666.
need a manifesto. The guy went to shoot up a place where there were only brown people.
Yeah, but why did he go to New Zealand to do it? Was he living there? Was he... And weren't there like two of them, or did he drive from one mosque to I don't know.
We don't know it. They're not talking about it much.
On a slightly different note, maybe, I donated some money to a project for the families of the victims, and I put a link to that in the Discord, and I can suggest that maybe we, I don't know if that's appropriate in this medium, but
absolutely,
to spread it around would be kind of nice.
Absolutely. That is perfect.
They are within 15,000 New Zealand dollars of their $1.5 million New Zealand dollar goal. So that's pretty good. That's about $1 million American.
Oh,
that's amazing and wonderful.
Yeah, that's pretty. I don't know. I have only one New Zealander friend, and that's Garrett. And I reached out to him. I don't know. They're pretty fucked up by that. They're really not used to it.
Yeah, it's not like the U.S. where it happens every day.
Yeah, even the Las Vegas shooting that took, was it the same or maybe a few more lives? Just a drop in the bucket. Forgotten the next day.
Yeah, that's fucked up too, by the way. It's always replaced by another one, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Yep.
But in that instance, can we talk about the elephant in the room? The PewDiePie thing?
PewDiePie and Candace Owens and the Great Replacement. I mean, they made it pretty clear which side they're on.
The guy yelled, subscribe to PewDiePie before shooting him.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
I wonder, I guess the things I have been hearing suggest that he may have been throwing all this kind of crap out for red herrings just to confuse everybody.
Well, he could have, but the fact is that, as I understand it, he threw out only right-wing red herrings, if that's the case.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, all I've heard is that he was talking about the Great Replacement, a common white supremacist talking point. He referenced Candace Owens, a far right-wing shill who recently praised Hitler. And the last one, PewDiePie, was, I mean, of course, he's a racist piece of shit who also recently, again, became the focus of a white supremacist campaign during a thing where he was competing with an Indian Twitch channel to try and get more subscribers or something like that.
I didn't see that.
Well, I know about the competition, but was there something racial in that?
Apparently, I don't know too much about it, but apparently it was a competition between him and an Indian channel, a corporate channel from India, I think. And white supremacists decided to dogpile that to show the supremacy of the white guy who yelled out the N-word on a stream and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yes, that does show white supremacy. That does show how much better we are than everybody else.
Yep.
Well, I think in the context of the terror attack, it's not really about PewDiePie himself, it's about what he represents, in my opinion. Those people who have a massive influence and I don't know, are not using the platform carefully and are spreading super harmful stuff. Whether they're I don't know if PewDiePie is a fascist or whatever. I don't care. I don't give a shit about that guy. What I give a shit about is his audience.
Yeah. I
what
think
message
he's.
is spreading, and so on.
Yeah.
And him and all others, I mean, it's him because his name was said, but it could have been someone else.
Mm-hmm. PewDiePie, I think he's just a racist dumbass. And not even dedicated to racism, but he's become the symbol for the white supremacists. I think you're right there.
And he's completely oblivious to that, which is something that makes me kind of mad.
Yeah.
When you said the elephant in the room, Leto, you mentioned PewDiePie, and my thought of the elephant in the room is the big elephant, who happens to be the president of the United States at this point.
Oh God.
He apparently is saying that that was a horrible thing that happened in New Zealand, but that it's it's those crimes are committed by a small group of people who are not at all connected and aren't. It's not worth looking at them as a terrorist threat as a whole.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very fine people on both sides.
Yeah.
I
Did he
will
find a
never
way?
forget that sentence. It's
Did he find a way to blame it on the Muslims themselves, like the asshole from Australia?
oh God, that dude. But apparently, it's kind of a joke over there.
And the
So-
senator from Queensland who's just a fascist.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, it is. I think people over there consider him a little like Americans would consider W. Bush.
No, remember a lot of people fucking loved Bush. I mean, I'm not talking
Yeah,
about just.
but he's considered like a joke. You know what I mean?
Well,
Even if a lot of people love him.
Well, to us he is. To a lot of other people, he's kind of, well, remember those days of stability and when things were better.
Yeah, people.
Well, to be fair, with Donald Trump, it's easy to be better.
Well, no, there were people who were posting memes during the Obama years, showing a picture of George Bush and saying, "Remember when we used to have a president who loved this country?"
Sorry.
Yeah, I want to say, dude, you were 11 when he was president. Fuck off.
I think it might have had to do with the complexion of the president, the relative complexions of the presidents.
Yep.
Oh, I couldn't imagine it. Irony, sarcasm, irony, sarcasm.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, the timeline is fucked up. I don't know who went back and fucked things up and gave us President Biff Tannen, but
I
I'm
think
not
Marty
amused.
gave and fucked his mom. His older brother's an incest baby. That's all that's happened there. All right.
It all comes back to sci-fi movies. Is that it?
When doesn't it?
Well, when you
Point-
live in a dystopia, it's easy to draw parallels, isn't it?
Pretty much. I mean, we are living in the stupidest timeline.
I know. I see.
I keep wanting to find a way to watch the movie Idiocracy without paying for it, because I understand that's an underrated classic of explaining how we got where we are.
Not really.
It's a pretty problematic movie, but
Yeah, it's a eugenics-y sort of thing about how stupid
yeah.
people have more
But it's
kids.
funny. It's
Yeah.
the premise is fucked up, but the movie itself is funny.
Okay, well, I'll feel less bad about not seeing it, but then now I want to see what the fucked up premise is.
But well, the premise is, I'm not spoiling anything. It's in the 5 first minutes of the movie that poor people who are also idiots, of course, are reproducing because they are not thinking. But rich people who are educated and smart are thinking about the impact of reproducing, and so are not reproducing. And in the future, everyone is a moron.
Yeah, I got the moron part, but I didn't understand. I didn't catch that it was about economics rather than education.
It's not economics.
Yeah, it's
Well, it's linked. It's class. It's
Mhm.
about class.
Oh, okay. Well, that
yeah.
doesn't make sense.
Well, at the very least, it ties it very strongly to class, and it does so using the visual signifiers related to Southern culture, basically. People in trailer parks having lots of kids, and then it shows rich white people not having kids. So mostly it's just about poor white people versus rich white people, and largely ignores race.
Oh, so
yeah, the premise
I
is
unreal.
highly fucked up. But
Mhm.
once you pass that, the movie itself after that is pretty funny because it's pretty accurate satire of the United States.
Yeah, I understand that, especially. Oh, that's what I understood, but I understand it even better now with Trump in office and having a 30 to 40% floor of approval that are just
Mhm.
never going to leave him, no matter what he does.
Yep, the baby-eating Republicans. The president could eat a baby live on national television, and they would find a way to excuse it.
That baby had it coming.
Baby was a terrorist. All right.
I'm laughing nervously because it's.
Yeah, it goes back to Bush. Probably goes back well before that, though. Reagan could have done anything. Reagan could do no wrong, according to them.
I think it goes well before that. Your
Mhm.
country is kind of fucked up from the start. I think
Oh yeah.
to well, look who's talking. Look at my country. We still receive money from countries that have decolonized from us.
Algiers, Tunisia.
And other African countries and Haiti.
Mm.
I mean,
Haiti yet?
we receive money from Haiti.
Is that still reparations for the revolution there?
Yeah, it's reparations. It's not
That's
reparations.
fucked up.
They pay for their freedom, basically. They were a colony. They're not a colony anymore, so they have to pay to compensate, I guess. No one I know, even not leftist, even centrist and soft right-wing people, think it's fucked up and we should stop that. But hey,
You know
the
that
state
maybe,
isn't going to give up such an easy way to have money.
maybe we did it the right way then. Just have a revolution and a war and tell Britain to go suck it.
Yeah, but you had to have slave and so on to do that. So
Yeah, it was not necessarily the best trade-off.
yeah, every Western country history is fucked up. There's nothing to be proud of, to be honest. But well, yeah, some stuff. I mean, the guillotines and the aristocrat. I have to say, I'm pretty proud of that in my country. That
Yeah. Well, just as a cultural thing, I just watched Kenneth Branagh's Henry V last night, and although there's politically it's questionable, it's certainly great literature, and it's a great movie, and I loved it. So
I love
we do
Kenneth
the same thing.
Branagh and I love his Shakespeare stuff.
Henry V is just, for me, is just perfect.
Yeah, shit is it's pretty bleak, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's hard to be hopeful. I don't know.
Okay. So, complete change. They're coming for your
Yeah, now
cows.
that we have completely depressed everyone.
Yeah, I'm down. I'm not contemplating suicide, but I'm thinking sleeping for a day or two might not be a bad idea.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is going to steal your cows, Tom. How do you feel about that?
Oh my God.
That's fine by me. I can. I'm eating mostly fish these days anyway.
You have cows to spare?
Not personally, but if she wants one, I can certainly try to get the money up to buy one and give it to her.
Now, that would be something that I would kind of support if the conservatives wanted to, if the, not conservatives, if the fascists wanted to try it. Just flooding Congress with cows. Just bringing tons and tons of cows, live cows, into Congress.
Live cows?
That would be beautiful. It would totally be something that French peasants would do.
Actually, you know what?
You
Screw
have
it.
the best
We
peasant.
leftists should do that. Say, you guys love cows? Here's your fucking cows. Have a cow, man.
Yeah, go buy cows and give them to Congress. With all the manure, please.
Just tens of thousands of cows crowding the streets around the Capitol. I would support that.
And shitting everywhere. Because if you ever saw a cow real life, all they do is shit.
And
no,
piss.
they also eat a lot.
Yeah, they eat and shit.
All
And
I
piss.
do is eat and shit. I'm going to live forever.
I know what we should do. We should arm the cows. Cows with guns.
I remember that
Cows with
video.
guns. What's that? You remember that?
I remember that video, yep.
I posted I think on Facebook a little while ago, just because I do it every year or so when I remember to do it, because that's how I feel.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You want me to send it to you? It's a video, funny song with cartoons about cows with guns.
Fat and docile, big and dumb. They look so stupid.
I will.
Yeah, that's it.
Fun.
I will watch it.
Cows
I
aren't
like
fun.
the thumbnail.
It's an amusing little video. About Cao Zedong leading a cow revolution.
Oh.
And they get saved in the end by...
Don't spoil it.
I'm not going to say. Jesus, John, what do you think I am? I'm not going to say, but there is camaraderie among the cows.
Yep.
Oh, so it's very Orwellian, Animal Farm.
It is, except it has a
Okay.
happy ending.
Anyways, I'd watch it after the recording.
But I actually think that the cows, they're coming for your cows thing is going to be the next death panels. It's a simple soundbite. It completely obfuscates and ignores the serious issues and gives people something to both make fun of and hate.
I guess I'm not sure the entire the genesis of the cow coming for your cows business. Is it about the impact of agriculture, of
I think
animal
it's the
agriculture
impact
and
of
the
your
environment?
meat consumption in the US.
Meat consumption, factory farming, things like that. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
So you see, you people eat meat every meal,
Mm-hmm. Lots and lots of
every
meat.
day. Is heart disease the first cause of death in your country?
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, okay, that's not surprising.
Well, it's heart disease and or cancer. I don't remember what's first now, because as we're living longer, cancer starts to creep up as a cause.
In the end, we're
Speaking
basically
of-
dying of capitalism, I think.
Yeah, and my hot dog actually, I hang my head and shave my hot dog was a beef hot dog.
A gasp of shock and alarm.
But eating some meat is okay. The issue is, I mean, even at breakfast, for fuck's sake, eat a croissant and drink a coffee. It's okay. You don't need fucking meat.
Our croissants are not all that wonderful. If you send us some French stuff,
Mhm.
I'm on board.
I can teach you how to make them.
Aren't they difficult to make? You have to butter and
Oh, you
fold
have
and
to
butter and fold.
You have to have powerful arms. But hey, I'm a cripple. I can do it. You can do it.
So it's mostly kneading the dough.
No, not kneading. It's folding. To have the dough rise and have those flaky
The layers. Yeah, you
layers
basically
inside.
smear butter
Oh,
on the
okay.
flour or on the dough. You fold it over, roll it flat, butter, fold it over, roll it flat,
Yeah,
butter.
but it's hot butter. It can't be melted.
Hmm.
You put a thin coat of hot butter on your dough. You fold it. You let it rest, and again and again and again, and you put it in the fridge. And then when you're ready to bake, that's how you have goodness. It has to be butter. You can put fucking vegetable thingy. What's the word?
Margarine.
Yeah, but the generic word for
That I think that's just margarine or shortening.
shortening. Yes.
Hmm.
You can add any shortening in there. It has to be butter.
But Mama's little baby
Well,
loves
that-
shortening.
Shortening.
Sorry, Julie. That's a
Shortening
that's
bread.
that's a little jingle. I think probably from a commercial. My guess.
Oh.
Yeah, Mama's little baby
No, I
loves
think-
shortening,
I think-
shortening. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread.
I think that's a folk ditty from long ago. But it could be a folk ditty from a commercial for all I know.
Yep.
But later you said that you need butter for that. The only way to do it is with butter. So you are in favor of cows.
Oh, I love cows. As I said, seriously, all they do all their life is eat and shit. How amazing a life can you have?
They're very good philosophers. If you can cut past the bullshit, they are really good and deep thinkers.
The cow shit.
Yes.
Bulls are not really. There's one bull for like 20 cows.
Yeah.
Anyways, I grew up in a farm, so I'm not really a farm animal person. Every time I see someone say, "Oh, pigs are nice and cute and cows are intelligent," I'm like, "Holy shit! Have you ever seen one in real life?"
My uncle and aunt had a farm a dairy farm that had maybe 25 or 30 cows, and so that was my experience of them. They eat and shit and piss a lot. And piss a lot.
Yeah,
And,
they piss too.
And they eat hay and look like they're thinking, but I don't think they are.
I don't know. I saw a video of a cow playing with a balloon, with a ball, a big ball.
Sure that wasn't a horse?
No, it was a cow. I'm pretty sure. But I mean, they're not smart. That doesn't mean they don't deserve to live. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, if you want to say something nice about an animal, at least be something real. Like, pigs are nice and cute. Pigs are not nice and cute.
Well, they can be.
No, pigs are mean, motherfucker. They are fucking smart, and they will eat you alive if you let them.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Oh yeah.
They're scary, scary animals.
Yep.
If you think about it, or you put yourself in the midst of them.
They are big and they love to eat.
They eat anything. Having one pig is fucking amazing. You don't need green energy, green stuff all the way. You don't need to trash half the stuff you usually throw. You give it to the pig, they eat it.
Then I hear the best thing to do is feed them to pigs. You've got to starve the pigs for a few days, then the sight of a chopped up body will look like curry to a piss head. Cut up a corpse
They eat
into 6
anything.
pieces and pile it all together.
Maybe I
So
should get one in the summer
Who
when
won?
when I eat a lot of fruit and where I put the peelings starts to stink. I need a pig to eat them up so they don't stink.
You can feed it
But
to a dog.
you're growing plants. Why don't you compost it?
I'm lazy. I don't.
So
I
you
don't
want to
know
get
how
a pig? That's not the lazy way to go.
Nope.
Yeah, there might be downsides to my plan.
Next thing you know,
No,
you'll be
but-
getting a dog, then a horse, and then you'll die. I mean,
And when you've got your 6 pieces,
Yeah, so
You
My
gotta get
landlady
rid of
is
them,
going to get
'cause it's-
upset because I have an apartment about 300 square feet. That's probably not going to fly.
okay, I need to convert that 300 square feet. Google help.
let's see.
Oh, that's not big.
No, it's small.
It's like it's half my apartment. It doesn't look so small from the outside.
So maybe 30 square meters?
Well,
It's 27.8. So yeah, almost 28.
see, now I like it better 300 square feet because it seems like more than 28 square meters. Well, the outside, looking at it from the outside, the long side, you almost never see that on any of my pictures, but the short side, it's an apartment building, so you see the next door neighbors too. My apartment starts not very far. It's not midway between my door and his
okay.
door.
You don't
It's-
have the whole front. I see.
No. The other door there
Okay.
is my neighbor's apartment, and
So you share your front yard with someone.
yeah, there are four units in my building.
Oh,
so-
okay.
So we have
4 small apartments.
yeah. Well, I have the very smallest. The other three are a good deal bigger and more expensive. So that's why I'm not in one of those.
Yeah. Give them a pig so you can.
I'll tell them you told me to.
No, it'll be a communal pig. The whole complex will have a pig to feed their garbage to.
I'm not sure what
Community is the future. I'm sorry, but if
Yeah. That would be nice.
No, but-
It would be nice.
I'm not trying to do propaganda here. Well, a little, but I genuinely think that it's the only way the human species will survive in the long term.
Is to kill the
Sharing
rich and
stuff.
feed them to pigs?
Yeah, that, but not only.
Kill the rich and
Mutual
feed them
aid
to
is
community
how-
pigs.
Mutual aid is how we evolved from being cavemen to what we are now.
Yep.
Well, and the thing is that in farm country where I'm from, farmers know how to. Farmers never make it alone. They need their neighbors. They need their cooperatives, and so I think if we can get people back to that, I think a lot of the rural people in Wisconsin anyway could very well be move left somewhat.
If they had a genuine leftist candidate, then it would be a lot easier for them to move left.
There is that.
Yeah, I think in the US, your main mission, as to speak, is to move the Overton window more to the left.
Push as hard as we can.
Yeah, because if you're not going to. I say that, but I don't know if Ocasio-Cortez was allowed to run for president. I'm pretty sure she would be elected.
And I think in 10 years let's see, yeah, something like that. That's exactly what's going to happen. Hopefully.
Oh, I would hope so. Well, she's
So maybe
6
you're
years
ready
away.
to be left.
She's only about a year away from being vice president, though.
I'm pretty sure she's not old enough for that either.
I think she's 29. I heard that she was 29.
Yeah, the vice president has to be eligible for the presidency, so she'd have to be 35.
Oh, wait, that's senators that have to be 30.
Yep.
Is that right?
Yeah. 25 for Congress, 30 for Senate, 35 for
That
president.
age thing is so weird.
Well, you got to
You
make
can
sure
be too
that...
young to be president, but not too old. I mean, that's senile. Fucker at the in the White House is okay, but not a young
Well, he's
person.
rich and a man, so...
Well, and that's all you really need for qualifications, I understand. Well, and he's white. He's white. He has to be white.
That's a big thing, yes.
Well, Obama was elected, so.
Well, no, that was a conspiracy by the Jews and Muslims. That wasn't real.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
About the Jews and the Muslims and the amazing power they hold in the US.
Yep.
Oh, but don't they realize how stupid their conspiracies are when said out loud?
No. The fact that you think it's funny is just because of a Chinese hoax.
I'm getting lost now. What are the Mexicans? How do the Mexicans fit into this? I am lost.
Those are the shock troops, and they send in a lot of Mexicans so that a few Muslims can sneak in too.
Ah, with the prayer rugs that look like sports T-shirts.
Yep.
That's so weird. And your bullshit is coming to my country now. I'm not happy, you know.
What are we exporting?
Anti-vaxxers, for
Ugh.
fuck's sake.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, you gave us homeopathy, so fair is fair.
Yeah, that shit is partly taken, is partly covered by Social Security. It's such a shameful thing. I mean, they won't cover vital stuff like periodontal work for gums and stuff, but they will cover fucking homeopathy at 30%. I'm pissed.
That's
I would
complete
be too.
horseshit.
But I mean, when I was a kid, if I wanted to go to school, we were vaccinated. That was and
a requirement?
It still is required. So I was vaccinated against tuberculosis. It's not mandatory anymore because it's not a very effective vaccine in the long run. But tetanus, polio, whooping cough, and diphtheria, it's all one vaccine. It's the one that is mandatory right now. Everyone has to have it if they want to go to school. So as school is mandatory too for children under 16, everyone is vaccinated against that. And the MMR vaccine is on its way to be mandatory too.
It's not yet. That's wild.
When I was in grade school, we got polio vaccine in school on sugar cubes, and everybody got it.
Did you catch the autism?
I'm not very
No,
good in social situations, if that's what you're asking.
I am asking because I did. So
Yeah, I got the autism and I was vaccinated. QED.
I've never been diagnosed autistic, but I sometimes wonder whether that's part of my social awkwardness.
there's a whole lot more than social awkwardness to it. But
No, I understand, but
it's a conversation for another day, another platform, I mean.
When we're on the beach drinking margaritas.
I can't drink margaritas.
Me neither.
Drinking
I can't
waters.
drink alcohol. There we go.
You'll drink margaritas, John. And
I don't drink either, so we'd all just be on the beach sipping water.
No, you know, at the shop next to where I live, they do apple juice with bubbles in it. Just apple juice, unsweetened with bubbles in it.
Carbonated apple juice.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's heavenly good.
Yeah, it does sound good.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I could drink that all day long. Oh, that's something I could send in my packages for friends.
Carbonated apple juice.
Yeah, it's not. It can last for a long time. I mean, you can send it in a package.
Mm-hmm. Just make sure it's been pasteurized, otherwise it might violate some sort of international shipping laws.
No, I think there are some exceptions because I learned recently that some of unpasteurized cheeses from France are allowed in the US.
Huh.
Which ones? Which ones? I have to know. I have to know.
One of my friends who works in food told me you can find real camembert in the US. And
probably not where I shop. Probably not in my little town.
yeah, he was in California, so when he told me that, and now he's in Minnesota, so.
Well, my son is in Minnesota. Maybe when I go to visit him, I can look for unpasteurized camembert.
Yeah, I can ask him why he finds his genuinely French cheeses. Because apparently there is some stinky ones there.
Well, my son, to tell you a little bit about his cheese preferences, he likes salami cheese, which are pieces of salami in American cheese blocks.
Ew.
Yeah, that's just
I love it.
Plasticized cheddar.
Yeah, your point.
I'm offended by that. I'm sorry.
I can't help it. I'm absolutely plebeian in my tastes.
Oh, you like what you like. But I'm offended by the existence of that kind of cheese, not by the fact people like it.
God, you're such a right winger.
Why?
Because no, you're allowed to. You know, it's the existence of the thing. You know, it's not the lifestyle choice. Yeah.
Well, I'm French, so.
Yeah, French. Being French covers a multitude of otherwise inconveniences.
Yeah, I'm an asshole. That's cultural.
Then what's my excuse? Can I be culturally asshole too?
I don't know. You're
I'm an
Scotch,
American.
aren't you?
I'm an American. I can, we're by definition assholes.
Yeah, that's true. That's not really the. Oh shit! I don't have words today. Stereotype. the stereotype about Americans over the world is that you're morons.
That's fair.
I would agree. And also,
I don't,
ag-
because I
well,
know stereotypes about French people over the world, and they're so weird. So I think our stereotypes about other people are super weird too.
well,
All
look at our
stereo-
last couple of presidents. Well, not Obama, although somewhat, but the last few presidents have.
Look at the Republican Party since Nixon, the Dixiecrats before that, the Democrats before that.
Yeah, you say that because you haven't followed the politics in my country.
Well, I
We
am
elected
familiar
the
with
only guy
Macron.
that hadn't anything to say. The empty candidate.
Are you saying Charles de Gaulle was not a hero?
Oh God.
I don't know anything about Charles de Gaulle except that he made radio broadcasts from England, I think.
Yeah, I don't know about during the war. He may have been a hero. I don't know. But when he was the dictator of France, he was a piece of shit. May 68 was against him. Okay.
Well, I'm going to have to look into that, because when I was a kid, he was still seen as a hero, probably because of World War II.
Almost
And I
certainly.
didn't-
Yeah, he might have
I
been a
didn't-
war hero. I don't know about that.
Yeah, and
but-
I didn't follow French politics because I'm an American, and as noted before, we're kind of moronic about the rest of the world.
If you're not interested, I don't know if you're moronic, but the American politics are kind of forced upon other people because I don't know why you're so culturally powerful. I think it's because of Hollywood, honestly, but
I think it's just because of money in general. We had lots and lots of natural resources that we didn't have to fight too hard for because we had genocided the previous
Yeah,
people out of
that's true.
existence.
Yeah, but in the EU at large, I think we have more money than you.
Probably.
But yeah, it's not one culture, it's the EU.
Hmm. We have less internal barriers to trade and communication. That's true.
No, and culturally, I mean, the North and the South are pretty different. But as I can see, New Yorkers and Californians are not that different.
Yeah, but New Yorkers and Mississippians are pretty different.
Yeah, that's why I was going to. I was saying the North and the South are pretty, but it's not that different. You still have the same history. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Well, a lot of the South still thinks that the Civil War is relevant to today.
Oh, I know, but
Well,
it's still a part of their history and yours. You know what I mean? It's like Germany and France. We're not that different, you know. But France and I don't know, Romania. The culture is so different. It's
Well, you're Catholic and they're a different kind of Catholic, right? So there you go.
I'm not Catholic. Oh, you mean the country?
Yes.
Yeah. We are not Catholic anymore. The balance between Protestants and Catholics is pretty even. We are definitely a Christian country.
A third Catholic, a third Protestant, a third. Yeah.
Oh, talking about that, this morning I went to it's relevant, I swear. It's a little anecdote to context. I was going to the vaping shop because I need a bigger. Yeah, anyways, no one give a shit. So I go there. It's a 10-minute walk from where I live. So I go there with my little cane, and that woman starts walking next to me and handing me religious pamphlets. I think I'm pretty 90% sure she was a Jehovah Witness. And I tell her I'm not interested, and she talks to me and say blah blah, and I don't react, and she goes for the kill. How has been health lately? She asks.
Oh,
Oh
wonderful.
God, It took a lot of me to not hit
Beat
her
her
with
with
my
your
cane.
cane? Yeah.
Yeah, that was so fucking low. And so I was in a good mood, so I told her, hey, nothing I can do about it. And then she told me that her religion cured her cancer or whatever. And I was like, lady, I am atheist to the bone. You're not going to convince me. And she went on to talk and talk, and how the fuck do you get rid of those people?
I find them interesting, and when they come to when they come to my door, as opposed to accosting me on the street, when they come to my door, I try to keep them talking as long as I possibly can, and tell them, just waste their time.
Yeah, but you're retired.
Well, even before I was retired, when they would come, they would normally come on a Saturday, and they would ask me they would say things like, "Well, don't you want to go to heaven?" And I'd say, "Why? I don't want to go to heaven. I would be bored out of my skull in heaven."
Also, Jehovah's Witnesses think only 144,000 people get to go to heaven.
Well, they've had to amend that because there's 8.5 million of them now. So
no, what it is the 144,000, 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes of Israel go to heaven itself. But then there's a paradise on earth thing. So that's what.
Oh, so that's how they do that.
You just don't get to live, on the streets of gold with God up in heaven. You get paradise on earth. It's still bullshit, but
yeah.
Yeah, but
have you considered flirting with them, Julie? At least with women?
It was a woman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would make her really uncomfortable and she'd run away.
I'm not sure she would. I mean, I don't know. I was kind of destabilized that she went for the disability thing. And
yeah, that was pretty low.
Yeah, that was very low. Even if it didn't work on me, I'm thinking it might work on some people, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, that's why. They always go for people who are vulnerable. That's why they love prisons and hospitals and schools.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm not used to that in France. That's something you exported to, I think.
Yes, Jehovah's Witnesses were invented here in the U.S.
I don't know where
and
they
Mormons.
were invented.
And
yeah, we have Mormons too now in France. I see them walk 2x2 and in the subway and in the trams, and that's so funny because
with their white shirts and their ties.
Yeah, have you seen the movie Orgasmo by Trey Parker and Matt Stone?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's a masterpiece. You have.
It's an amusing little movie, yeah.
Orgasmo?
Yeah, pitch. It's a Mormon guy that becomes a porn star.
Well, he doesn't actually do the porn part. That's a stunt cock.
Stunt cock.
Okay.
That movie is fucking amazing. And okay, it's the guys from South Park, but it was before they were edgy fuckers. I don't like South Park, but their movies are pretty awesome. And that one. So yeah, every time I see Mormons in the street, I think about Orgasmo, and it's funny. I want to go to them and sing, "Now you're a mayor, a mayor, a mayor, a mayor." It's the song of the film.
Well, there is. I understand. I wouldn't know. I understand that there is actually porn of Mormons.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Pornman.
But isn't it an internet rule that there is porn for everything?
Yes.
Rule 34, I think.
If you
I
can
don't
imagine it,
know
there is
that.
porn of it.
So isn't it even Amish porn?
Almost
Can
certainly.
you imagine it? Then it
No.
exists.
Honestly, I can't imagine a lot of porn, but I'm not representative of.
Yeah.
Yes, there is Amish porn.
Well,
A quick Google search
yeah.
confirms there's plenty of it.
Oh God. And apparently, lesbians can't find genuine lesbian porn that isn't made for men.
It's very difficult, but it's out there.
You mean it's... I don't want to talk about it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, me neither. Actually, I don't know. I kind of want to. I kind of don't want to.
Well,
Because-
I know there are ethical porn companies that actually do things like that are more that actually treat the porn actors well and involve them in the process. So
Yeah,
I
but
think there is stuff out there.
they're very rare.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh yeah, no, they're not by any means the majority, but there are some out there.
I want to talk about it because it's a very feminist issue, in my
Mhm.
opinion.
Yeah.
Unless
But
you're a
I
turf
don't
or a
want to
swerf.
talk about it because sex
Too
is
many.
boring.
Yeah, now and again, yeah.
Anyways.
You're ace, right, Julie?
Yeah, very much so. I'm not repulsed in any way, but I'm not very interested, you know. I'm
Mhm.
interested in a sociological sense, but I don't get it, you know.
Sort of like watching old TV shows.
What?
You watch them
Huh?
for archaeological
What?
purposes, not because they're great TV.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Cheers,
okay.
it's interesting, but it's not all that great. It's been overtaken by newer shows.
Oh, yeah.
When you say old TV and you mention Cheers, I cringe a little bit.
Yeah, I was about 6
When
or
I think-
7 when that was on TV.
Well, I think like the Honeymooners and Lucy and Desi.
Sometimes I hear a kid talking about Nirvana and say it's old music. And I'm like, what the fuck? How
Well, it
old
was
am I?
25 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, but 25 years is not old.
It is in music terms.
Yeah. And
Well,
I
it is
see
in teenage
20.
terms.
Yeah.
I see 20-something people on Facebook say they're old. I kind of want to slap them in the face, but I don't because I like them. Like American anarchist. She's like 22. And she's like, oh my God, I'm old and blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I wonder if they would be willing to trade with me for a week or two. I could use it.
They would
Oh,
learn
yeah.
real quick.
Well, the thing is, it's not bad being. I don't mind being old. I don't long for the days. Yeah,
I don't for the
back
energy
then.
I had. I miss my roller derby days.
Well, yeah, you had something to look back on with interest.
Something I can't do anymore.
Well,
Even if I wasn't disabled, I don't think you do roller derby at 40. It's not healthy.
Well, it's not exactly healthy at 25 either, but
Yeah, but at 25, you have less tendency to break things.
true.
At 40, especially when you're
On a cane?
no female, when your body is majority estrogen, you have more fragile bones.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
osteoporosis.
Yeah,
creep
no,
up
I'm
on
far
you?
from osteoporosis, but it's not that far. So I don't know. I don't think it's wise to. I know it exists. There are roller derby for older women, where it's less violent. I should try to watch that. Yeah, I miss it. That's the
Yeah,
only thing from my 20s I miss.
I think you're the only roller derby person I've ever met, and you're not American, which is surprising. I thought that was very American.
It is very American. It's not something that is widely known
Yeah.
in France.
Let's see. Callie Wright, the podcast Queersplaining, formerly Gaytheist Manifesto, does roller derby.
Oh,
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yep.
cool.
It's something she got into a little while back, and she really loves it.
Is she trans?
Yep.
That's good, because when I was doing roller derby, I don't think trans women would be allowed to participate.
I have no
I'm
idea.
happy they are now.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Yep. She was really nervous about it, and they let her in. They welcomed her with open arms, and she's really loving it.
I'm glad to hear that. That's one barrier down.
Oh, yeah.
First roller derby, next the presidency. That's what I say.
I don't know. Roller derby has always been pretty open about that kind of things.
Hmm.
It's very feminist and not exclusionary, and not the exclusionary type.
Yep.
Well, it's pretty white, to be honest.
I can see that.
But I wonder if it's a cultural thing or not. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know too much about roller derby. I've seen it on a few TV
You
shows.
should. It's like the best sport in the universe. It's a bunch of women who do roller and who beat each other.
Well, there
It's
is.
fun.
Okay, well, okay, I'll try it.
And they're super sexy. You have to watch roller derby.
Oh, all right. So you can stop selling now.
You've made the sale.
Yeah, I'm
All
with
right.
you.
We've got about an hour of recording under our belts, and I have stuff I need to do, so I, at the very least, will be heading on my way
fuck
now.
off. I will fuck up too, to be honest. I want to do
Yeah.
stuff.
All right, you want to make your pitches before you go?
Yeah. Okay. I'm Letoano on the internet, on Twitter, and on Facebook. I am an admin at Anarchist Memes. Please come like our page. And I am the Crypt Crafter too on Facebook for my artsy and craftsy stuff. And that's about it.
All right. Anything you want to pitch, Tom?
Just that my name is Tom McDonald. I'm on Facebook, and I have no idea what I am on Twitter. I never check Twitter, so I don't know. And I have nothing else to push. I'm just a guy who snuck in here somehow, and I still don't know how.
It's because we like you. You're a good guy.
All right. Well, I'll take that. Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah, and we'll make an anarchist out of you yet.
I'm anarcho curious. Let me say that.
I know you are. That's why you're a good guy.
Yeah, I have too many questions to jump in with both feet, but maybe another time we can talk about some of my questions.
Anytime, babe.
And don't forget to donate if you can to the Queensland Christchurch mosque shooting fund. It should be, I hope, linked in the description.
It absolutely will.
Okay, thank you.
Yay. Give them your money.
You can also find me on another podcast, the Dungeons and Debacles podcast, a D&D game hosted by my friend Kevin. Completely different, heck of a lot of fun. If you want to talk back at us, you can of course leave comments on the videos at the YouTube channel, or you can, rate and review us on iTunes where you'll find the podcast, or you can head over to the blog at sergoshan.blogspot.com surgoshan.blogspot.com. Fight the fash.
Oh, yeah.
Fat and docile, big and dumb, they look so stupid, they aren't much fun. Cows aren't fun. They eat to grow, grow to die, die to be et at the hamburger fry. Cows well done. Nobody thunk it, nobody knew, no one imagined the great cow guru. Cows are one.